guys, I thought I'd do a quick makeup tutorial. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my full face, how I do this. The look I did is this. It's like a shimmery gold kind of look. It's kind of similar to the last one I did, but yeah, it just turned out that way. It's actually a bit more pink in real life, but it looks more gold toned in the video, I noticed. But yeah, if you want to see how I did this, then keep watching. So first I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's probably my favorite primer out of any primers that I've used. Please excuse the big cut on my forehead. I had a underskin pimple, and if you're like me, you can't stand anything on your face and you attack it. And that's what I did. And that's a really bad habit because it leaves a scar for a while and it's really annoying. But yeah, I did that. Anyway, I'm going to go in with my primer. And before this, I put on my Bobbi Brown face base, mineral face base. It's really good as a moisturizer just under your makeup. For foundation, I usually use NARS Sheer Glow in Stromboli most of the time. But my color, my skin's a bit lighter on my face lately, so I haven't been in the sun or anything. So I've been mixing it with my Smashbox Studio Skin in 2.1. So now I'm just adding my NARS Sheer Glow foundation and as well as my Studio Fix. And you have to make sure you blend it into your neck. I've made the mistake of forgetting to do this sometimes when I'm like in a rush or something. I don't blend it properly and it looks really obvious and really bad. The NARS Sheer Glow foundation is definitely my favorite out of all foundations I've used, except my skin does get very oily, and I find sometimes at the end of the day, if I've gone to the gym or something, it will separate and slide off. But that's happened to me with pretty much any foundation I've used. So I do set it with powder, but I'd love any tips that you guys have to stop that happening when you have oily skin. I'm just using my beauty blender for that. Okay, I can't find my concealer brush that I use for concealer, so I'm just going to do this with my fingers, which I definitely don't recommend, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Okay, I'm going to use my Morphe concealer palette. Oh, okay, it just broke. I'm going to use this color here, and I'm just going to use that to conceal that cut on my forehead. Oh my gosh, I can't stand doing this with my finger. And I also have a few old scars from when I had a breakout down here about a week or two ago, and the scars are still fading. Saskia is asleep and Wolf is with my sister. She's visiting because it's Christmas time, so I actually have a chance to actually try and do my makeup properly. Now I'm going to use my Becca color corrector in Papaya and put that on a little bit of the dark circles on my eyes. Again, I recommend using a concealer brush, but I can only find one of mine and it's not what I actually use for concealer. So I'm going to just use my finger, and I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this. I've tried it a couple of times, but honestly I don't know if it actually like made a difference, but I'm just going to try it today anyway. Now I'm going to use my NARS Creamy Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard, my all-time favorite, as I've mentioned before, and I'm just going to go under my eyes. I'm going to do a big triangle. It just highlights this section, and I'm also going to do under my nose. This concealer honestly is the best. I've tried a few different ones lately. I tried out the Urban Decay one and stuff like that, but this one is just always my favorite. And I'm going to go down to highlight the bridge of the nose and also the chin. And then I'm going to blend that out. I use the smaller corner to blend the inner part, and also I just like blend it under my eye like that. And I'm just gonna let that dry. While that dries, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Tall. As most of you will know, I got my eyebrows microbladed, which I am obsessed with, but they need a wax at the moment. I just need to neaten them up a bit. But the microblading, I definitely recommend it. It is a bit painful, but it really helps, especially if you're not good at like shaping your own eyebrows. It kind of is like a base, so you can add to it or you can just go how it is. And then I'm just going to go in and make them a bit more pronounced. Once I've done my eyebrows, I am going to set my face. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder and just put some in the lid, and then I'm going to get my beauty blender and pat some onto it and just pat it underneath my eyes. This just gives it an extra highlight. I'm also going to do it on my forehead and down the bridge of my nose and on my chin. And then I'm going to use my sheer powder Bobbi Brown brush, and I'm going to get some of that powder and make sure I really set the rest of my foundation. I have really oily skin, so this is a very important step so that my foundation doesn't slip and slide everywhere, because my face literally, like, I've never met someone with as oily skin as me. And then I'm going to let that bake for a little bit, and I'm going to start on my eyeshadow. So first I'm going to do the base with my MAC paint pot in soft ochre, and I'm just going to use a concealer brush to put that on. This just gives an even base for your eyeshadow. I used to use Painterly, but this one I find is better for me because it has more of a yellow tone to it. Then after you've done that, you want to make sure you just set that as well. So I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier sheer powder again once I've done the base. So today I think I'm going to do like a rosy champagne kind of look, like a daytime shimmery look. I'm going to lunch with my dad and my uncle and auntie and a bunch of people, family members, my sisters. So I'm just going to do like a daytime holiday shimmery kind of look. So first I'm going to use my Tartelette palette by Tarte. Tarte eyeshadows are definitely my favorite. I just find them really easy to use. First I'm going to just use my MAC 217 fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to do it just on the crease and a bit above the crease. Oh, I'm using this color here, this like pinky, light pink color. And I'm just going to do that in and above the crease and just in the corner as well. Just making sure to do it really light because you can always build. So yeah, I'm gonna go for like a champagne kind of look today. Then I'm just going to go in with a smaller blending brush. This is my SL Miss Glam Crease brush in W25, and I'm just going to do the same color, and I'm going to do it in the same spot, but just make it a bit more defined just in the crease. It's good to use your eye socket, like you can feel your eye socket, so you just do it like into there. And then I'm going to go in with the color Supermom. It's like a creamy, light creamy whitish color, and I'm going to use this is my Naked 2 palette brush from the Urban Decay palette. Just going to use that, the flat side, and add that to my lid. This will help the colors that we use really stand out, and I'm mainly doing it just in the corner and the middle part. I'm not worrying as much about the outer part of the lid. Then once I've done that, I'm going to use my Alexa Persico. I don't know how to pronounce that. I feel like I never know how to pronounce anything, but I just found this brand on Instagram and they have some really nice pigments. So this one is Alexa Perisco HD pigment in Serendipity, and it's like this light pink champagne-y kind of color, and I'm going to do it in the same spot that I just put the eyeshadow. It's probably best to do your eyeshadow first, so then any fallout you can get off when you do your foundation. And you might want to do it a few times so that it really stands out, because I feel like just doing it like once, it looks pretty, but then it doesn't last long. So I'm just doing that all over the lid, and then we're going to add a darker shade, and then we're going to blend it. Once I've done that, I'm going to use my Nude Dude palette by The Balm. This is one of my favorite palettes, and I'm going to use the color Fit, and I'm just going to do that like from the middle of the lid and to the outer lid, just to add some dimension and some depth. Now I am going to go in with a small blending brush. This is my W18 brush from SL Miss Glam, and I'm going to use the color I started off with, this one, and I'm just going to blend that a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with a darker brown, and I'm just going to use this Makeup Geek Outer V brush, and I'm going to use that darker brown and just add a little bit into the corner. Just add a little bit more depth. And then I'm just going to take a big fluffy blending brush. This is my my NARS 42 brush, and I'm just going to like blend it all a little bit. Now I'm going to wipe away that baking powder with my translucent Bobbi Brown brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom of the eyes. So with the same brushes I used for the top, I'm going to go in with that pink color again, and I'm going to do this all underneath. And then I'm going to use the smaller brush I used the brown with, and I'm going to add some of the brown underneath, mostly just in the outer section. Then I'm going to add some of the Alexa Perisco pigment in Serendipity. I'm going to put that on the bottom of the inner corner. Just going to use my Naked 2 palette brush from Urban Decay and just put that there. Now I'm going to do my bronzer and my blush. I'm just going to use, first I'm going to use my medium contour brush by SL Miss Glam. It's always what I use for contour bronzer, and it's W08. And I am using the Benefit Hoola powder. Really like to make sure I don't have a lot on my brush. I just want to build it up. And then I'm just going to take some more, and I'm going to do it on the outer parts of my face to add a bit more warmth. Then I'm going to do under my jawline, just really lightly.
Hey guys.
You smell like pizza.
You look like pizza face.
Go ahead. You're so funny. Then I'm going to go in with my MAC blush. This is my favorite blush. I've been using it for ages now. It's Warm Soul. And I'm going to use my MAC 122 brush. I think it's 122. It's kind of rubbed off. No, 129. And I'm just going to do that just above where I just did my bronzer, and also a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. Next I'm going to do my highlighter. First I'm going to use, can you guys be quiet for a minute? First I'm going to use my Soft and Gentle MAC highlighter. I've just started using this again. I used to use it all the time and I really love it. So I'm going to use this Sigma Powder Sweep brush. It's Sigma FO6, and I'm just going to do it on my cheekbone.
Come on, get a Milkies.
Then I'm going to use the same brush and go in with my Champagne Pop by Becca, and I'm going to do it in the same spot because I want it to be really shimmery. And I'm also going to do it on my forehead, just above my brows in these spots. I feel like it just gives a nice overall glowy look if you do it there. Then I'm going to use this SL Miss Glam W24 brush, and I'm going to do it on the tip and the bridge of my nose. Then I'm going to do it on my Cupid's bow, and I'm also going to do it under my brow bone. I'm going to do eyeliner. I'm going to use my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and I'm just going to do like nothing dramatic or anything. I'm just going to do it like thin, starting on the inner corner and doing it as close to the base as possible. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of a wing. Then I am going to use my MAC N15 pencil, and I'm going to do that on my waterline underneath. And finally I'm going to add some mascara to my bottom lashes. It's my Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. Now I'm going to set my face with my Slay All Day setting spray. I got these as a gift. This one's lavender and this one's cucumber. I love this one. It smells really good and it works really well. So I'm just going to spray that all over. I literally love this I just sprayed in my eye. Close your eyes when you spray, just a little tip. Now I'm going to go get my lipstick. I'm just going to line my lips first. I'm going to use the Subculture lip pencil by MAC, and I'm just going to overline them a little bit, make them look a bit bigger. I find it's easier to do the top lip if you go like that and like stretch your lips out. Okay, now I'm going to use this lipstick and this lip gloss. They're the Mariah Carey MAC ones. I just bought them because they're so pretty and sparkly. Lipstick in Darling. It's like a pink color. I'm not going to use a lot of it. I just put it on the bottom and I'm just blending it out. And then I'm going to use the lip gloss Dream Lover, which is really pretty. It's just like a pink sparkly one. As you guys know, I don't use lip gloss heaps. I usually use matte lipsticks, but I thought it's the holidays. I'm doing like a shimmery kind of look, so why not? And no, I don't have my lips on. These are my natural lips. I was born with these lips. So that is it. That is the look that I am going for today.